up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Devin and I hope that you will consider sticking around and subscribing. And if you're not new, as always, welcome back. I love you so much and I am so grateful that you are here. So for today's video, we are going to be talking about the Profusion Superbloom collection. So this is a fairly recent release. It's not super new, I don't think, at this point, but I did recently place an order with Profusion to try out a bunch of good stuff from them. And so I did purchase this new collection as well because I feel like it is still somewhat relevant. It's like one of their summer collections. So I did film a Profusion haul. That video should be going up right before this one. So by the time you're watching this, it should already be up. I will link it down below. So from this collection, I did pick up both eyeshadow palettes. This one is called the Ethereal eyeshadow palette and this one is called the Harvest palette. As you can see, both are very just floral themed, and both of these I believe are 20 pan eyeshadow palettes. And then I also picked up the lashes from this collection. So this is a 2-pack and these are faux mink lashes. They look really nice and wispy and like dramatic, but not too dramatic, which is my favorite type of lash. So I'm definitely excited to test those out. And then I did pick up the two little like lip kit, lip duos from this collection as well. So these two are from the Matte Velvet Lip Duo. They don't have individual shade names, but the duo was called the Amour Duo, I believe. And then these two are from the Gloss Duo. Again, no individual shade names, but I believe that the Gloss Duo was called Lovely. I hope my memory is serving me correctly because I did just film that haul, so if I'm remembering correctly, that's what these are called. So there were a few other products that were released with this collection, but for me, I just picked up what I thought would interest me the most, which obviously are the lashes, the palette, and the lip products. So if you're interested in testing these guys out, the palette, I'm only gonna be doing one palette in this video today, and then I will follow up with another video with the second palette afterwards. But the palette that I'm feeling today is the Ethereal palette. This is the color scheme and I feel like it matches my shirt. It just kind of fits the vibe for me today. I feel a little bit more drawn to this one right now than the other one. So I figured we could play with this one first. So if you're interested in coming along for the ride, testing out some of these products and seeing the look that I create, then let's get right into it. Thing that I want to do before we get started is actually do a little bit of lip prep. So I am going to use my Strawberry Overnight Lip Mask. This is from Fourth Ray Beauty. I'm just going to apply that to my lips and let it sink in. Next, I'm going to fill in my brows. Nothing new here. I'm going to use my Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Soft Brown. I do need to pick up a couple more brow pencils because usually I have a couple on hand just in case I run out, and I think this is my last one that I am down to. I love NYX and I definitely want to try out some of the more like affordable options at the drugstore. So if you guys have any cruelty-free affordable brow pencils that you love, definitely let me know. Now I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyelids. So this is a new thing for me. This is the Profusion Pigment Base Eyeshadow Primer in the shade Neutral. I did talk about this in my haul. When I saw this on their website, it immediately reminded me of the P. Louise eyeshadow base that I love so much. So I bought this to see if it could be a potential dupe, and judging by just swatching it on the back of my hand in comparison to my P. Louise, which I have sitting right here, it does feel like it is very similar in consistency. So I am very excited for this because I feel like I haven't heard anybody talk about this or anything like that, and it did say new on the box, so I'm not sure how new it is or isn't, but regardless, if this is a dupe for P. Louise, then this is something that everybody needs to know about ASAP. So I did just get a little bit of that on the back of my hand, and I'm just gonna apply this to my eyelids like normal. Okay, so I kind of made a mess with that, but it looks pretty nice. I feel like it stayed pretty opaque on my eyelids and it spread out, like it blended out pretty nicely, so I'm not upset about it so far. So let's move into the eyeshadow tutorial. So Right off the bat, I will say about this palette is that there is not a shade for me to set my primer down with, which is usually something that I look for. But at the end of the day, it's not a huge deal because we can just use translucent powder for that. So I'm gonna take a little bit of my ColourPop No Filter Loose Setting Powder, and this is in the shade Peach. And I'm just gonna use that to set down this eyeshadow primer before we start working on the look. Okay, so I actually think I'm gonna start with some depth today and start in the outer corner. So I'm gonna go straight into this shade Delightful. And the brush that I'm using is from the BH Cosmetics Bombshell Beauty brush set. I love BH brushes, and I mean, nobody knows exactly what's going on with BH yet, but it does seem like they are going to survive because they recently have sneak peeked some things. So anyway, that being said, not all of their stuff is available right now, but I do believe that you can still buy this brush set. So this is the number 8 from the Bombshell Beauty brush set. I highly recommend that set if you can get your hands on it. So I'm gonna take this color and just start packing it right onto the outer corner. And it does look like pretty decent pigment right off the top, so that's good. And I'm just gonna work in the outer corner here. I kind of like brought this on a diagonal. I didn't necessarily do that on purpose, but I'm not that upset about it. And then I am gonna take this up just a little bit onto my brow bone as well. So right now I'm just working on packing it in, and then we'll blend it a little bit in just a minute. Honestly, I don't feel like I had to build that up too much. I feel like it kind of did what I wanted right off of the bat, which is oh no, this brush was dirty. Crap. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that. Please hold. Okay, crisis averted. So I'm gonna start with no product on this brush, and I am just gonna blend around the edge of this color just to soften things up. And honestly, no complaints so far. I feel like this is really easy to blend too. Pretty decently pigmented, and I also feel like purples can be kind of tricky, but here we are. So next what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stay on this same brush that we were just blending with. I'm gonna go up one into this shade Lavender Field, and I am just gonna bring the blend all the way in towards the inner corner with this shade. Okay, so this color obviously is a little bit lighter, not quite as pigmented. I do feel like I have to build this one up a little bit more, but it is a pastel and it is a much lighter color, so I'm not necessarily like, I'm not mad about that. It's just an observation. I also, my lights are definitely washing this color out a little bit. It is showing up a lot better in person than you can see on camera. I'm looking in the viewfinder and it kind of looks like I'm doing nothing, but in person I can see it. So now let's get something on the lid. So I'm gonna come over to this shade right here. It's called Delicate, and I'm just getting this on a flat eyeshadow brush. Okay, hold on. Side note, I'm having a little bit of a hard time picking this up on this brush. It's crumbling a little bit. So I'm gonna see how we do with this applied with a brush. I might have to try to use my finger even though my nails are long right now. But I am just gonna tap this all over the lid. Okay, not too bad. It's a little sheer, but I do feel like potentially this was supposed to be a little bit more of like an ethereal shadow. I just want to show you guys, as I'm pressing into the pan here, it almost like looks like it's a little bit of a putty. Again, like I'm not mad at it. This is actually really pretty so far. But I am still gonna try to pick this up on my finger and see if we can just build it up a little bit more. Again, my nails are long, so it's hard for me to even like stick my fingertip in the pan here, but we are going to try our hardest. Yeah, see, I do feel like this is kind of a putty formula because look at how much of a fingerprint I just made in that shadow. But it does look like it's picking up pretty nicely on my finger, so again, let's try it. Oh yeah, 10 out of 10, use your finger. Hi. Oh, a drink delivery. What do we have? Tell the people.
Calling it Cloudy Thoughts.
Cloudy Thoughts.
Yeah.
All right, how'd you make it? It looks, what's this foam at the top?
That's the cloud.
That's the cloud, huh? I love it.
And this is like the moon or the sun.
Oh, okay. What are the ingredients?
Lime rum,
Uh-huh.
razzmatazz, coconut syrup, lime juice, simple syrup, top it off with, and shake it up, top it off with some seltzer.
Did you put whipped cream on it? Or is that's just from shaking it up?
The coconut cream that gives you that foam.
Oh. Okay, so this sounds like something I would love. Let's taste test.
And it matches your outfit.
Oh no, I dropped the moon! Guys, shameless plug, bartender Sean, if you're in the Tampa area, book him for your private events. If you're not, follow him on Instagram. He is a fantastic bartender.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, enjoy.
Thank you. All right, back to the regularly scheduled program. As I was saying, this applies a million times better with my finger. I mean, look at that. Can you see? I hope that that's picking up on camera. How stunning is that? Guys, do I need to say it again? This palette was $10. It's definitely got some glitter in it too. Now that I have it on my finger, I can kind of feel the texture of it as well. And this is obviously a lot easier if you don't have long nails like me. But yeah, wow, that looks amazing applied with your finger. Okay, so yeah, that's also just kind of like a general tip. I do feel like shimmers in general apply, like they pack a lot more of a punch if you apply them with your finger, just overall, no matter the palette, no matter the shimmer. But I do still like to use a brush like this for precision because I feel like my finger can only get so precise, but the brush just kind of helps me spread it out and get into the little crevices, especially kind of like up here towards my crease and stuff like that. So I do kind of like to use both techniques just to get like the full effect that I want. But that is stunning. I can't stop looking at it, but we need to move on. Okay, so because that shimmer looks so pretty and because we're having fun here, I think I want to play with one more shimmer kind of in like the center part of the lid. So I'm going to take this shade right here. It's called Exquisite. And again, I'm going to try it on a brush. This one's a little bit smaller because I want to just put it on a little bit like of a smaller area. So I am going to just pack that right in the center of the lid here. Oh wow, that looks really nice. This actually is applying really well with the brush. I have a hunch here that the reason for that is because it has so much glitter in it. So I'm just gonna try to like blend this in the center with the shimmer on the lid, just so that they look a little bit more seamless. And I think we are gonna have to touch up the outer corner as well, but that just brings like a little bit of blue, periwinkle-ish to this look, and I really like it. So I do want to work in the outer corner just for a minute now that we place those shimmers because I want to make sure that like that depth in the outer corner doesn't get lost. First, I'm going to grab this brush that we used at the beginning. I'm going to go into the shade Delightful, which is the shade that we already have in the outer corner here. And I'm going to build that back up to start, but then I might deepen this up even further. And then I also like really want to go along the line here where it's connecting with this like glittery shimmery color because I just like kind of seeing that blend where they fade together. I think it looks really pretty like that. Okay, yeah, honestly, now that we've built that up, I don't feel like I need to make it any darker. I feel like we're good just like that. I really do like the way that it looks right now, and I'm afraid if I start messing with it, I'm afraid of ruining it. Lastly, for the eyes, before I go ahead and do my face, I do want to brighten this look up a little bit. So I'm gonna take this shade Awakening, and I'm just taking this on a little, what would you call this? I don't know, like a skinny pencil brush like this. So I am gonna work this in the inner corner. All right, my friends, so that is it for the top lid so far, I think. So what I'm gonna do now is do my other eye. I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup and then we'll come back, we'll finish up the eyes, we'll do like the lash line and everything like that. So I will see you guys in just a minute. All right, friends, I am back. It is a little bit later. The sun has gone down and I have definitely lost daylight, but I don't feel like the lighting in here is too terrible. I do feel like these soft boxes are helping. Anyway, okay, let's go ahead and finish up the eyes. So I'm gonna take a purple eyeliner. This is from ColourPop. I've had this for a while. It's the shade Piggy Bank. It's just kind of like this neon purple color, which I really do like. I have no clue if you can still get this anymore. ColourPop is constantly like releasing new colors and sunsetting other colors and stuff like that, but just any purple eyeliner will do. I like this because I feel like the tone of this really matches the purple that we have in the outer corner. So I am just gonna go ahead and line my waterline with this. Next, I'm gonna go back into the shade Delightful. I'm taking this just on like a small angled brush, just whatever you have that will let you get tight to the lash line. And I am just gonna stamp this color across the lash line, right underneath where we just put that eyeliner in the waterline. So this is just gonna help us start connecting the top to the bottom. And I'm not gonna bring this quite all the way in. I'm stopping right here, kind of where like my lashes end, right on the inside of my iris, like right when I'm looking straight ahead where my iris ends and like the white of my eye begins, that's how far I'm bringing it in. And next I'm just gonna get a little dip of that color onto a blending brush. It's fluffy enough to blend, but it's precise enough to use for like some more detail work, I guess you could call it. So I am just gonna use this and I'm gonna smoke out this lower lash line with this purple. Let me move a little closer. So I don't know if you guys can see a little bit of a difference here. This one's just blended a little bit more. And this one we haven't blended yet, so the shadow is still tighter to the lash line. So now I just want to touch up the inner corner really quickly. So coming back into the shade Awakening, I just want to make sure that we build that back up. Sometimes it can get a little lost blending your foundation and your concealer and whatnot. So I just want to make sure we have a nice bright little moment there in the inner corner. And then for the finishing touch of this eye look, just for fun, I'm gonna take the same brush that I was just using for the inner corner. I'm gonna go into the shade Delicate, which is the shade that we have all over the lid. And I am just gonna drag that right here along the lower lash line, like kind of where the matte color meets the inner corner. There's like a little bit of space in there. So I just want to add a little pizzazz to the lower lash line because this is a fun look. This is a creative look. And it's like, for me in my everyday life, I'm always going to wear neutrals. Like I likely would never wear a look like this out and about going somewhere unless there was like an occasion for it. But looks like this, palettes like this, like just really spark my creative brain. So whenever there's like a little moment to do something fun, like the shimmer on the lower lash line, I'm here for it. Okay, that is it for the eyeshadow. I am going to curl my lashes, pop on some mascara, and I am also going to pop on a pair of these lashes. Again, these are called the Flutter lashes from this collection. They are faux mink and they look beautiful. So I'm really excited to try these on. So to make this part easy, I'm just gonna do this off of camera. So I'll see you in just a minute. Guys, here we are with lashes, and the short answer is that these are really, really nice. I really like them. This style of lash really is my perfect style of lash. They're dramatic, but they're still wispy. They have that faux mink kind of like soft look to them, but at the same time, they don't overpower my eyes. They just look very glam. So I really do like these, and I do think that with this pack of two being only $4 for the 2 sets of lashes, like definitely run, don't walk and get these because that is a steal. These are really nice and they were very easy to apply. The band is nice and flexible but still stiff enough to like be able to stick on really nicely. I'm really impressed with these lashes so far. So all we have left is lips, and to be honest with you, I'm looking at the lip colors that like came with this collection, and because this eye is already so fun and colorful and dramatic, I really don't think that I'm gonna like at least these matte lipsticks paired with this look. So what I think we should do is do one of my favorite neutral lip liners and then maybe top it off with this fun gloss and see how we like it, because it's pink and it looks like it's got a little bit of purple reflect in here, and it looks like it's, you know, sheer enough where it should be okay over a more neutral lip liner. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply ColourPop Oh Snap. This is like a neutral leaning pink that I think will pair really nicely with this look. All Alright you guys, so here we are with the finished look, and honestly, the short answer about that lip gloss is that you should pass on it. It's honestly not anything special. I really don't think that you need it. I mean, yeah, it's cheap, but that's kind of it. Like, it's cheap, you know? Like, I wasn't impressed with it. I felt like a lot didn't come out on the applicator, and I had to dip back into it 10 times just to get like a decent glossy finish on my lips, and I don't love that. There's definitely other lip glosses out there that I would prefer way before this one. So didn't love that. I would say definitely pass on those. But now that we're here at the finished look again, I think you've seen my reactions throughout this video at this point, but I am really impressed with this palette as a first impression. I feel like the look that we got looks really fun, super pigmented, and especially even with purples, like purples can be a little bit tricky to formulate and a little tricky to work with, and I really didn't feel like I had any issues. So especially for this palette being $10 and being super affordable, I'm really impressed with it. So that's that. All right, you guys, so with all of that being said, this is going to be the end of the video. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and if you have made it this far in the video and you've not already subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button down below, and you can also hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads from me. If you're interested in more makeup content, you can also follow me on Instagram. I do post makeup related content over there as well. Instagram is more of like my day-to-day, so if you want more, if you want to hang out with me more, definitely give me a follow over there. But with that, I will catch you guys in my next one. Mwah. Love you. Bye.